Have I ever told you about that time that I had a revelation about my legal career while I was driving to an interview for another legal job? Picture this. It's early 2011, and at this point, I am very sure that being a litigator in big law is not for me. But I was telling myself the story that so many of us tell ourselves when we first realize that we're unhappy as lawyers. In my case, it was, well, I don't like big law, but maybe if I moved to a smaller firm where I could have more hands-on experience, then it would be better. Imagine this said brightly, with desperation in the eyes. I started applying for jobs at smaller firms and I landed a few interviews. The day of the first interview, I hopped into my trusty 2008 Toyota Highlander, which is still going strong, by the way. I'm driving down the highway in Houston and I'm rehearsing the answers that I will give to the various questions that I'm anticipating in the interview. Since it might be a tinge too honest to answer the question, why are you looking for another job, with the response, because big law is inhospitable to human life. So I'm mentally running through all of the questions that I might get asked, and I get to the question, why do you want this job? And I had all of the answers at the ready. More hands-on experience, smaller case teams, more responsibility, more depots, more time in front of the judge, etc., etc., etc. And up to that point, I really genuinely thought that I wanted those things. But in that moment, hurtling down Highway I-10, one very clear thought formed in my head. I don't want any of those things. Sure, those were things that like any litigator was supposed to want. I just didn't, at all. In fact, I actively did not want to do those things. Brain explosion. I remember feeling for a moment like time had stopped. A million mental pieces fell into place about why I disliked my current job so much and why my job search had felt so difficult up to that point. I bombed the interview, by the way. I didn't want to cancel mere minutes before the interview was about to start. But I had turned a corner and I couldn't go back to pretending that I cared about depositions or temporary restraining orders or motions for summary judgment, even if I had wanted to. I doubt they've ever had a less enthusiastic interviewee. I distinctly remember walking out the doors of the building after the interview and walking to my car and feeling freer than I had in a really long time. This is the kind of clarity that we all need when it comes to our careers. Check out the videos on the screen to hear why I knew that I needed to quit big law and what I did next. I hope this video helps you on your journey to trade lawyering for a better life.